You know what time it is?
Hey guys, it's me CriticalCubing. Feliks Zemdegs has recently set a new world record single with a new time being 4.22 seconds. And an interesting thing to note about this world record is that this is the biggest jump in world record singles since Feliks's 5.66 seconds world record solve that he set in 2011. So yeah, this is a significant world record, and today we are going to see what Feliks did in that solve and what we can learn from him. This was the scramble that Feliks got, and in this scramble Feliks solved the yellow cross. And the yellow cross, we look at the cross pieces, we have the yellow and blue in here, the yellow and red in here, the green in here, and the orange in here. So just by looking at these cross pieces, we can see that the cross is really easy. The red is already in a nice position in relation to this blue edge, so you can just insert the blue with an F prime, and the blue and red will be in these two positions, and the orange will flip towards this side, and you can insert this with an R prime, so you will have red, blue and orange in here like this. And when you insert the orange, the green will flip towards the back, and then you have to do a D prime and an R to insert the green, and then a final D prime to fix your cross. So the cross is really easy, but the easy cross is not the only thing that you have in the scramble. Attached to the yellow and blue edge, we have a corner which creates a sort of a pair like this, and we can use these sort of pairs to block build and create an X cross. And the edge for this X cross is back in here in the U layer, and this needs to be inserted in this back position in here. And this is actually a bad edge from this position, and for inserting that you will have to rotate like this, and then you have to insert this to this position by doing RU prime R prime. And another good thing to know about the scramble is that while you're doing the cross, this edge will not move an inch. This edge is going to be completely stationary, and you can just rotate and insert this and you will be done. So apart from the easy cross, you also have the easy X cross, which is quite straightforward, and you don't have to do any block building or anything complex for achieving the X cross. And apart from the cross and the X cross, for our first sectoral pair, we see a fill pair in here, right? And the only movement that will happen to this pair will be during the last RU prime R prime that you use for inserting the edge towards the back position and then finishing your X cross. And with the RU prime R prime, the pair is going to be in a really good position for being inserted with the RU R prime insert. So I'll just show you what I mean. So this scramble is really good in the sense that you have an easy cross, you have an easy transition to the X cross, and you also have an easy first pair. So the planning for the inspection was not difficult to see, and you could fruitfully use the 15 seconds of inspection that you have been given. So yeah, let us solve now. F prime R prime inserts the blue and also inserts 3 pieces for the cross like this. The green is pushed towards the back, so you have to move the cross so as to preserve the other pieces for the cross, and insert the green like this. And our cross is done, and we just need to fix it. But before we do that, we have to insert the edge for the X cross. And like I had mentioned earlier, the edge is completely stationary, so you can just rotate like this and do RU prime R prime for inserting the X cross edge in here. And also, like I had mentioned earlier, the first pair is also stationary, and it's only being affected by the moves that you do for inserting the X cross edge. With the RU prime R prime, you're also getting a really nice insert for your first pair. It's just the RU R prime insert. And the start of the solve was really good because you have a relatively easy X cross, and then you also have a nice first pair for starting F2L. Now Feliks in here did an interesting thing. What people might do here is for solving the cross, they might do a D prime like this and then rotate and start solving this pair, right? But in this situation, instead of going for the D prime and then rotation, Feliks here did a wide U prime like this, which does the rotation for him, and he is ready to solve his first pair, this one. And another merit of doing the wide U prime here is that as a general rule of thumb, we want to solve back slots first instead of solving front slots first. Doing the D prime, we are solving the front slot first, which is not desirable. With the back slot filled in here, we have pieces lying around in the visible view now, which helps us with look ahead and maintaining the fluidity and smoothness of the solve. So as a general rule of thumb, we prefer solving back slots first instead of solving front slots first. And in here, doing the wide U prime achieves the back slot first approach, and we also save rotation, so bonus for us. And this is our first pair, right? And this is an easy 3-move insert, RUR prime insert. And before we do that, we also see an F12 pair in here, right? But we do not see the corner for this. So the moment you do the RUR prime for inserting this F12 pair, the corner for this edge is popped out to the U layer, right? It was in this position, and now we are ready for doing our next F12 pair. And this F12 pair is also a nice 2-gen case, and for solving this, you rotate like this, and then you just stack the corner on top of the edge like this, and then just simply insert like that. And this was a 2-gen case, simply L and U move, really fast to do and also easy to look ahead / predict into our next F12 pair, which was this one in here. And this is also a nice 2-gen case, and for solving this, you rotate like this, and then you can set these two up into a 3-move insert by doing R prime, U prime, R prime, and then you just simply insert like this. And your F12 is done. So the F12 was an easy 3-move insert for start, and then we had two 2-gen inserts one after the other. So the F12 was also relatively straightforward and not really anything complex. Next we have OLL, and we get this kite shape OLL case, which is really easy like this. And Feliks here got lucky and got a PLL skip, that too without AUF. So after he was done with the OLL, he could just stop the timer, and he did not need to do any U prime or U2s for adjusting the U phase after he was done with the OLL. So that was the luck factor in the solve, the PLL skip. But apart from the PLL skip, the whole of the solve was a bit lucky, as we had a relatively easy XCross, relatively nice and straightforward F12 pairs, OLL which ends into no AUF PLL skip. The OLL was the only non-lucky standard OLL case, but apart from that, luck did play its role for making this solve a world record solve. Let us quickly recap. This was the scramble that he got, and he had an easy cross solution in the scramble. And apart from the easy cross, he also had this block in here, which gave opportunity to try out the XCross, and the edge for this XCross is back in here. So for solving the XCross, he solved 3 of the cross pieces like this in relation to each other, and then did a D prime and then R for solving his cross entirely. But he did not adjust his cross, since the XCross was still remaining, and for solving the XCross, he rotated and insert the cross edge like this, and then did wide U prime to save rotation and also keep this XCross pair at the back of the cube so that he had free front slots. And this was his first pair, and this was easy 3-move insert RUR prime like this, and this was the next pair in here, and this was a straightforward 2-gen case like this, and the last pair was this one, which is again a straightforward 2-gen case like this, OLL, and OLL resulted into a PLL skip, and there was no AUF, so he could just do the OLL and stop the timer and get a time of 4.22 seconds. So this is a significant solve. It is the 4.22 world record solve, which is the biggest drop in the world record singles ranking since Feliks's 5.66 world record solve. The solve is really significant, but in my opinion, Feliks has had more skillful 4-second solves apart from this 4.22 one. Even the 4.73 world record solve was a full step world record, and the thing that made that solve a world record solve was the multi-slotting that he did during F12. So Feliks has more skillful 4-second solves, but getting lucky is not a crime, and this solve is of course a world record solve, you cannot refute that. But this solve is also 38 moves, which for CFOP is quite low since CFOP averages 55 to 60 moves. With that being said, a huge congratulations to Feliks for the 4.22 world record solve, and the climb for the world record single just becomes more steeper, and hopefully we will see some more 4-second solves before eventually dropping into 3-second solves. And this is pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Take care guys, and bye.